Our next project is a rain stick. For centuries, rain sticks have been used in ceremonies by various Native Americans to bring rain. When they are tilted, the pebbles inside trickle down to create the sound of rain falling from the sky. Here's what you'll need. First, we have a paper towel tube, various colors of sand in your choice. We're using a white glue. We have scraps of cardboard, some beans, some lacing, and then some feathers and beads to decorate. Our basic tools are masking tape, round toothpicks, a nail, a pencil, and scissors or craft snips. Let's get started. First thing we want to do is to take our paper towel tube and put it on your scraps of cardboard, trace around, and we want to cut 2 circles out. These are going to be for the top and bottom. I've already done that, and I have one cut here. I'm going to place this on the top, and then I'm going to take my masking tape and tape it really securely to the bottom. We want to be careful that none of the beans are going to slide out when we're done. So you're going to take a little bit more time at home to make sure that this is really nice and secure. Now the next step is we're going to make holes, and it's going to go along the ribs of the paper towel. And to do that, I'm going to take a nail, and I'm going to go probably about every inch. And I'm just going to poke it through and go all the way around the entire tube. And you'll see they're going all around, and they kind of spiral just like the cardboard does on the tube. I've got one here. Now the next step is to insert toothpicks into every one of those holes. And you can see I've slid those in all the way into the end, but the edges are sticking out still. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt this straight up and drop the beans in. And you can drop as many as you'd like, and you can hear the sound because what they're doing is going against the sticks. Then I'm going to take another one of my circles and tape that to the top. So let's get our masking tape and tape that on, and we'll make it nice and secure all the way around. Make sure and take your time with this step at home so that it's really nice and tight, because you don't want everything falling out later. Then it's time for, if you need a little adult supervision, we're going to take some craft snips and snip off all the extra toothpicks. Make sure, cover it with your hand so they don't pop out, and just go around and snip all of those off. You don't want those to pop out. And you'd continue until you get all the way around. Okay, I have one that's all completed here. Now as you can hear, watch, when all the beads are at the bottom, you could have used beans or seeds or rocks or pebbles. That's what creates the noise of the rain stick. Now it's time to decorate it. You can decorate them all different ways. We've chosen to use sand. I've taken my white glue and I've just poured it out in a little container here, and I'm going to paint a section that I want a particular color. So for example, let's say I want to put an orange stripe around the center, and I'm going right over those sticks because it's all going to be covered. Then I'm going to just take this, I have a paper plate underneath, and I'm going to sprinkle the sand. Now when you're doing it at home too, you could choose to roll your rain stick. And I can go back and get a little bit more, but wherever the glue is where my color is going to be. Then I might choose to add another stripe, but let's say add one going to the top, and I'm going, as you can see, right over the tape at the top. And let's do this section in green. And you'd continue on until you have a pattern that you like all the way around and you've covered the entire stick. You can see here I've got an example. This one is all completely done. Now the last step is to take a length of cord, whatever length that you'd like. I've strung a couple beads on the end. I'm going to poke my feathers right through. Let's tie that on. Double knot it. Then I'll take a few more beads at the other end. I can alternate colors. I've got, let's see, green and yellow, and let's put a red one on here. Then I'm going to tie a knot, just sliding my beads up. Then I'm going to tie it again, and maybe even 3 times to make sure that that bead is not going to pop off. Slide that down, and then let's add some more feathers. And you're just poking them into the bead. And there we have a finished rain stick, and if you look at our completed one, we've had another kind of a bullseye design, but choose whatever colors you'd like to.